All right, people, what's up, everyone, and welcome to another video with your big boy buddy Gore. And it's been a little while since I've done a ranking video, and guess what? There's a new Rocky movie kind of out this weekend, and I watched it. Saw Creed 3. No Rocky in that one, but still continues the series of the Rocky slash Creed franchise. So I thought, hey, why not rank them all? I've seen every Rocky movie. So let's get to it. I actually just rewatched Creed 2 and Creed 1. Creed 2 I rewatched a couple days ago. Creed 1 I rewatched like not too long ago. So I'm really fresh with those movies. Of course I just watched Creed 3, so and then yeah, all the Rocky movies I've seen many times. I should warn everybody it's gonna be it's gonna not include Rocky 4, the Drago, the new cut that Sylvester Stallone did, mainly because I haven't watched it yet. I did just get the 4K though, so I will watch it in the future. So I don't know, maybe I'll update the comments where I would rank that, but this tier maker I found doesn't have it anyway. Also, there's no F. I don't think there's a single movie in the Rocky franchise that's an F. I know some people really hate Rocky 5. I don't. We'll get to it. Anyway, so we're gonna rank them from chronological order. So, and then we'll probably do a nice, 1 to 9, best to worst little ranking. So let's get to it. Rocky 1, baby, the classic S tier. One of my favorite movies of all time. I love Rocky, the original. It's such a quaint movie. There's a couple of things about it that some people would suggest haven't aged well. There is one scene pretty early on that I'm surprised people haven't really come out and said like, oh no, cancel this movie. There's one scene in particular, but if you've seen it, you probably know what I'm talking about. But everything else is great. It's a very sweet movie. It's very well shot. It's obviously still pretty low budget, but it looks great. I mean, it's Rocky. You know what I mean? Everything about it is great. I love it. And Rocky Balboa is one of my favorite characters, and he's just a humble, sweet guy in this movie. Very likable. Sylvester Stallone does a great job. And he's just a very like down on his luck guy, and you really want to follow him. I have such a soft spot for Rocky as a character. One of my favorite video game characters. That's true too. The Rocky games are pretty good. Rocky Legends, solid game. But yeah, no, Rocky is a great character, and yeah, this is a great, amazing start. It probably still is my favorite. I guess spoilers maybe, but I love it. So Rocky 1, amazing. Of course, he didn't win at the end of Rocky 1. Everybody knows that. So they made Rocky 2, so our boy can win against Apollo Creed. Rocky Balboa versus Apollo Creed sounds like a damn monster movie. Anyway, I'm gonna put this A. I love Rocky 2. Rocky 2 is a fantastic movie, a fantastic sequel. I think it didn't get as good reviews, but I think it really holds its own. Really goes into Apollo Creed a little bit more. Like we understand him a little bit more than we did in the original. The original, he was kind of like villain, and he was fun to watch, but he was the bad guy, I guess. There's more to it than that, but yeah. But in the second one, for what I remember, they go more into his character. They definitely do that more so in Rocky 3 as well, but especially with their friendship that happens in Rocky 3. But yeah, Rocky 2 is great. I really enjoy the first 3 movies. I'm just gonna say, like, I go watch that trilogy any day and love it. And they all feel like they're all part of the same franchise too, which I like. The one thing I love about Rocky 2 more than Rocky 1, I would say, I think it's the way the fight is filmed. I think Rocky 1 just, had, again, smaller budget, but Rocky 2, I think, just like really nailed the fight scene towards the end. So yeah, Rocky 2. Hell yeah. Rocky 3, I feel like Rocky 3 gets kind of the shaft, but I love Rocky 3. Clubber Lang, I guess you could argue and say he's kind of a generic villain, but Mr. T is so good in that movie. Dude, the first time he shows up, he's like, and he's just like, hey, Rocky. Or, hey, he's talking to Adrian. He's like, hey, why don't you get with a real man? And then, like, later in the interview, one of my favorite lines ever, someone asks, what's your prediction for this fight? He's like, my prediction? Pain. So good. One of my favorite lines ever. But Rocky 3 is an immensely enjoyable movie. we get to see Rocky get taken down a little bit, and then of course we get the tragic. This is going to be spoilers. Sorry, we get the tragic death of Mickey. Um, but it's a great movie. It's a great one. I really enjoy it a lot. We get to see our underdog at the height of his popularity come down a little bit. We get to see Rocky a little bit unlikable, just a little bit, a tad bit, but you still root for him, you know. But yeah, I think it's a great trilogy ender. Like it's a great 3 movies. So I'm gonna give it a little. I like it a little bit less than Rocky 2. I'd probably say it's closer to a B, but I'm gonna leave it there for now. Rocky 4. Now, Rocky 4 is an enjoyable movie. It is an immensely fucking stupid movie. But it's very enjoyable. Like, I wish it didn't go this route. I'm gonna put it in B. This is gonna be a preference of mine. I wish it didn't go down that route. I really don't. Because I think it was way too goofy, and it kind of is the weird, like I don't know, tarnish on a pretty damn good movie series. At least in goofy tone wise. Like everything else has been serious enough, you know, like it feels like it's part of the real world. Here, not just the robot. The robot's ridiculous, but I've actually come around and think the robot is pretty funny. It's stupid, but it's whatever. It's really just like Ivan Drago is a very like, he feels like a villain you'd see in like, I don't know, like the henchman to like the bad guy in a Indiana Jones movie or something like that. You know, like he doesn't feel like a real person. So it kind of and like even just like little things like Bridget Nielsen's character is very over the top too. Who's this? The wife? Is it Bridget Nielsen? Whatever her. But even like the speech at the end, like I don't know. It's just like I really want to see that Drago versus Rocky recut or whatever, or Rocky versus Drago, whatever it was called. I really want to see that recut because I've heard it makes it way more, you know, serious and the tone is much different. Even though the movie itself is similar, it's the editing that actually really changes it. So I need to watch that. But of course we have I didn't even mention Rocky 3. We got a lot of Apollo and Rocky being buddies, which is cool. We get to see that relationship actually, you know, escalate there, and that was cool. But of course Rocky 4 is the one where Apollo Creed died, and that is where this is the movie that really kickstarted the Creed franchise. So we gotta give it some credit. Like even though the movie's goofy, there's some moments that's like whoa, and like when Apollo Creed dies in the middle of that ring, it's fucked up. Like you hate to see it, but I'm gonna give it like it's like a B minus, but I really enjoy it. Next is Rocky 5. Now I know some people give it a D. I don't agree. I think I like the quieter tone of this one. You know, it's definitely not what you expect from Rocky at this point. 4 movies, you expect like a big fight at the end. You expect Rocky, whatever. But this is an older Rocky. I get it. And it's kind of the predecessor to what we would see in Creed and Creed 2, I guess, where we got like a teacher Rocky, which I like that a lot. What's his name? Tommy Gunn, is that the kid? I don't like him as a character at all. I think he's really annoying. Rocky's son too, that stuff was a little like I wish that was fleshed out a little bit more. It's there quite a bit, but it's pretty generic. It's sad too because it's actually his real son who passed away. But yeah, I think that stuff just didn't work as well as it should have. But I don't hate this movie. I really don't. And I do like that it changed it up at the end where we get a street fight. That's our final battle. It's just that the battles themselves aren't really great. There's not a lot of fighting. I do really like Rocky and Adrian. Again, they're one of my favorite couples in movies, that's for sure. And when they're together, it's great. But yeah, Rocky 5 is definitely not as good as I would even say not as good as 4. Obviously, I'm putting it at C, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I know some people do, but I don't. To be fair, it's been a long time since I watched Rocky 5. Right when Creed 2 was coming out, I watched a lot of these movies again, and yeah, Rocky 5. That was like last time I watched Rocky 5. Now, we're going to go back to greatness, because Rocky Balboa, I fucking love. I love this movie. It's actually probably, right now, I think I like Rocky Balboa more. I love Rocky Balboa. I really do. I really do. There's something about it. I think I just like a underdog story about somebody that isn't the underdog anymore. It used to be the underdog, but is underdog again because it's been just so long. I will say Mason the Lion Dixon as a villain, I guess, is a little generic. I don't think the guy's acting was like amazing. I don't think he was bad, but I don't think it was amazing. But just watching like Rocky train again, he's like late 50s, early 60s at this point. Just watching him like get better in shape, like and like of course like in between 5 and 6, Adrian passed away. Of course, it's like a really emotional movie, and it's just such a great. It was a great experience. I remember watching this movie. I want to say I saw it in theaters, and I was like maybe 16 or something, going and like actually tearing up. Like not even just because Adrian like Yo, Adrian, we did it. It's so good. I love it. I love this movie. I really do. Right? It should be called Rocky 6. It's annoying that it's Rocky 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Rocky Balboa. But it's a great movie. The fight scene at the end is amazing. I think Sylvester Stallone's direction and writing here is excellent, by the way, too. Yeah, even the relationship between him and his son too, that was really good. Oh, and the little girl in the original Rocky, up yours, creep, or whatever, and she's back. Marie, that was her name. That was great. It's good. It's a good movie. It's a damn good movie. Yeah, I love Rocky Balboa. So right there, I think that's where I'm gonna stand right there. It's just a little bit better Rocky 2, in my opinion. Rocky 2 is great though. Don't get me wrong. Oh, and Paulie's back too. Paulie's still great. You know. Anyway, now let's move on to the Creed movies. So I'm going to tell you right here, Creed 1, S tier. Love Creed 1. Fucking so good. This movie does what I loved about Rocky Balboa, where we get an older Rocky, and what I really liked about Rocky 5. We get an older Rocky. We get a more like sentimental Rocky. Like, not that there's no sentimentality in the other ones. I'm just saying, you know, like he's older, so you're like, oh, you look at him and go, man, Rocky's old. It's like he's old, man. But you get just an amazing performance from Sylvester Stallone, and a fantastic beginning to an amazing new character, Adonis Creed. And we get to see his beginnings. It's a movie that really feels like Rocky. It's not about Rocky exactly. It is, but it's not fully about Rocky. But feels like Rocky, has the spirit of Rocky. Has plenty of tributes to the series, and I love Creed. I saw it back when it first came out. I think I saw it 3 times in theaters. That first fight scene where it's all just one shot, fantastic. Final fight when they play just a little bit of the old Rocky music in there, so good. I love it. I really do. And of course, Sylvester Stallone. I don't think he won the Best Supporting Actor award that year, but he should have. I think he did for the Golden Globes, but I don't think he won it at the Oscars. He was amazing. He really was. And Michael B. Jordan is terrific, and Ryan Coogler did an amazing job. Coming from Fruitvale Station to that, a great 1-2 punch. Punch. Anyway, Creed 2, on the other hand, is this is a D. No, I'm just kidding. I just watched Creed 2 again, and I'm going to tell you right here. When I first saw it, I thought it was very good. Watching it again, I think it's fantastic. You know what? I'm gonna go. Oh, I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna put it right here. I think it's fantastic. I really do. Not sure because I haven't had as much time to really. Because I just watched it again. It was the second time I watched Creed 2. I don't know if I have enough time to tell you if it's better than Rocky Balboa or Rocky 2. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's been enough time. Like, Rocky Balboa, it's been, 17 years since that movie came out, which is insane to think about. And of course, Rocky 2, I wasn't even fucking born when that movie came out. But, yeah, I've seen Rocky Balboa probably like 4 or 5 times at least. Rocky 2, I've seen probably around the same amount, maybe more. So like I've seen those a lot more. Creed 2, I would like to see if it would hold up in multiple watches in the future. But the second time I watched it, I think I liked it way more than the first time. First one I thought was very good. Second time, fucking loved it. Like I think the first time I was just a little bit disappointed that Rocky didn't get a lot to do in the movie, but he actually does. And you know what? It is about Adonis Creed, and I think it's a fantastic kind of in a way a redo kind of Rocky 3. Obviously it's, you know, a continuation, I guess, of Rocky 4 in a way, because of the whole, like, now it's Victor Drago versus Adonis Creed. But what I love is that we see Adonis, and he's really like he's really all about himself, kind of, and he's about like getting vengeance in a way, and then he fails, and it's fucking like gut wrenching watching him fail. And then of course later on he succeeds, of course. But I think all that stuff is really well done, and I think it has my favorite villain since probably Apollo Creed. Like, I love Clubber Lang, like I said, and Ivan Drago's silly, but Victor Drago, you don't get too much of him, but you really feel, you understand that character, and you feel bad for him. And they made Ivan Drago feel like a real person now. Like, when he's like, he's just break him, you know, stuff like that. That's funny. But like, in this movie, they did a great job of making him feel like an actual dad, especially towards the end. Like, he's all about trying to get his, you know, popularity back or whatever, his wife and stuff. And Victor's mother doesn't want anything to do with him pretty much, unless he's popular, which is bullshit. Yeah, it's just a really good father-son dynamic that we didn't get a big look at, but like by the end of the movie, I'm like, yeah. And then the ending would, like, if that's the last time we ever see Rocky, that was an amazing way to end it. Just him, you know, seeing his son again, his grandson. It's great. It's fantastic. I love it. Creed 2's great. Now let's talk about Creed 3. D. Anyway, it didn't have Rocky, so fuck it. No, I'm just kidding. Creed 3, I thought was fucking great. I really did. I thought it was so fucking great. And I think Michael B. Jordan did an amazing job directing. And I think the writing was pretty damn solid. Still felt like a Rocky movie without Rocky. I think they said Rocky's name like maybe twice in the movie. Of course, you still had like a couple characters that were like, I guess, Rocky holdovers, I guess you could say. But not Rocky holdover, but like from previous Creed movies. Like Victor Drago shows up again, and then Stitch is there, and Wood Harris's character's there. I can't remember his name, but he's kind of a legacy character. He's like the son of whatever. Anyway, yeah, it's a great story, like about like friendship that was lost, and then is kind of regained, but it's all for, you know, kind of a revenge plot, and to get what was lost, you know, or get what was taken from him. And what I love about it is that Jonathan Majors was fucking sinister and really sympathetic at the same time. Like, he's great in the movie, and I got not too much shit, but I got a little bit of shit talking about that last Ant-Man movie. And I even said in my review that I think Jonathan Majors was good, but I think the character kind of sucked. Kang as a character was lame. He got beaten by ants. He's supposed to be the next big bad. He got fucking his ass beat by ants. But the reason why I think that is because the character just sucks. But Jonathan Majors is very good. But now after watching his performance in this, I'm like, this is how you do a villain. Like, he is straight up a villain that I can feel for. I understand why he's doing what he's doing, but he is still a villain. And it's great. The direction's great. Of course, the fight scenes are amazing. I love the way Jonathan Majors actually, like, he's been in jail for 18 years. Dame is his character's name. So he's kind of like a little bit like, well, he's a little bit, I don't know, like rusty while he's in the ring, but he's still got that fucking strength. I love watching him in that ring. The way he blocks things too is great. It's awesome. I really like that action scene towards the end, especially between these two characters that we've gone to know and actually understand. And it, like, there's a lot to it. I really liked it. Yeah, I thought it was great. So I'm gonna say it still feels like a Rocky movie. It feels like Rocky 3 in a way, also. Like a lot of Rocky 3 influence here and there. Which is great to be influenced by every single Rocky movie, not just Rocky 1, you know? There's a lot more Rocky 3 and 4 influences I see than Rocky 1 in these Creed movies, which is cool. It makes sense, obviously, with Rocky 4 at least. But Rocky 3, even like, you know, Adonis in the second one was very, you know, he's feeling himself a little bit, and then he gets taken down a little bit different than that, but whatever. Anyway, I'm going to say Creed 3, I'm gonna say I think I like it a little bit less than Creed 2, but that's I'm very sentimental when it comes to having the Rocky character and stuff like that. I don't know. I think I might have liked Creed 2 more on second watch. That's just me though, but I think I'll put it right there. I think that's it. Creed 2. I almost no, I'll leave it there. All right, so there goes. That is that. That is my ranking right there. I think I'm happy with that. I need to watch Creed 3 again, which I think I'm going to sometime this week because I would like to see it again because that movie was really good. I would like to see it in IMAX actually. Yeah, because it is an IMAX, right? Oh shit! I might see it in IMAX anyway, and it did very well. I'm very happy to hear that. So, this might be different. Like in about a week or so if I rewatch it again. But right now, I think that's good. So for ranking wise, we got Rocky 1 is number 1. Creed 2 is. I'm sorry. Let me start over. I'm sorry. I'm a little tired. Let's start from the bottom actually. So there's 9 movies obviously. So number 9 is Rocky 5. I don't think it's bad, but it's definitely the worst. Number 8 is Rocky 4, the regular cut. I haven't seen the new one yet. Number 7 is Rocky 3, which I think is great. So from here on out, everything is great. I think. Look, I love all these movies. Number 6 is Creed 3, which might actually I don't know why I'm holding out my fingers like this. Which might actually go up. It might be a little bit better than Creed 2 after I rewatch it. Creed 2 has the benefit of me rewatching it again. Or rewatching it for the first time, I guess. Number 5 is Creed 2. Love it. Number 4 is Rocky 2. Number 3 is Rocky Balboa. Number 2 is Creed, and then my favorite is Rocky. So there you go. That is that. That's my ranking right now. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you. Till next time. I'll see you guys later. Let me know what your ranking is for the Rocky movies, huh? Let me know, you bastards. There you go. Bye.